Hey, everybody. Welcome in to the Riot Podcast.
The podcast.
For the Riot. All right, we're going to go ahead and share all these links out here, and we'll get rolling here in about 60 seconds. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the share button, that's a big help for us as well. I got that song from Maroon 5 stuck in my head. It's getting harder and harder to breathe. All right. I tweeted. Did you tweet it?
I shared it on Facebook. I haven't tweeted it yet. I will.
I just tweeted and tagged you in the tweet.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. Your face is hungry.
I'm trying to fast right now.
Why are you doing that?
I want to work out before I eat. That's what I'm trying to do. And
yeah.
I got on the elliptical earlier for a little while, but didn't have time to pump any iron.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You might want to put on your headphones.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is the Riot Podcast with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. One is an athlete, the other an athletic supporter. Follow the guys on Twitter at Matt Moscona and at rterrio7. Here's Matt and Ryan.
Another edition of the Riot Podcast. Matt Moscona, Ryan Theriot. Glad you're here with us. We're presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. How are you, dude?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really, really good.
Yeah,
A lot we'll get to here over the next hour, thereabouts. Again, for those listening to the podcast, we do this live on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page, so you can watch us every Tuesday at noon Central Time. You can participate live, so shout out to everybody who's watching live. Everett Email, Patrick Kimmery, Trivia Carter, Mark Vitanovich, Sam Dixon, all these guys watching us. We appreciate it. Hit the share if you're watching us on Facebook, please. So, I haven't talked to you since Sunday. Did you watch Super Bowl?
I did.
Really?
Yo, yeah. I watched it. Great game.
It was not a great game. It was actually quite a miserable game. Poorly played, completely void of offense. What did you like so much about it?
I just loved the defensive battle. I thought it was awesome.
Are you more of a defensive battle type of guy?
No, not at all. I'm totally being sarcastic.
Oh,
yeah.
So you didn't like it?
No, I mean, I loved the fact that that we saw two great defensive minds go head-to-head with explosive offenses, and the defense won 2019. You don't see that very often in a 13-3 victory, but
were you happy that the Patriots won?
I was actually pulling for the Patriots.
Yeah, because you were pulling against the Rams?
No.
Like everybody else?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, really?
No.
Why? What's the deal? What gives?
My theory with the Patriots is similar to Alabama, other than when they're playing LSU. I pull for them, and I do because I respect greatness.
I hate you.
It is what it is. Bill Belichick.
How could you pull for Alabama? Their success directly impedes LSU's success.
Because I think Nick Saban's great.
Okay, I agree with you.
I want him to continue to win.
No, but his success continues to be an impediment to LSU's success.
Get better. Get a better team.
But you're never going to be better than the best team ever.
Maybe not.
No, they just have to go away. Like no one's ever going to beat them.
I think that's a bad way. That's an easy way of looking. That's an easy way out. How about you just get better?
That's just the truth. Like you're never going to be better than them.
Maybe.
No.
Well, you're witnessing greatness.
Yeah, I get that.
But my thing with the Patriots, and I don't think we'll ever see this in our lifetime again, but the combination of Kraft, Belichick, and Brady sustaining it for as long as they have, the fact that they stunk early in the year, I want to say they lost they had three losses to teams that didn't finish above 500. And you've got a group of nobodies other than Tom going out there and doing their job. I mean, these dudes just execute. They're so prepared. They understand their role in the team. All they're trying to do is win championships, and they do it year after year after year. And for whatever reason, people just can't figure it out. Like
I get it. They're good. We all get it. We get
so
it. They're
I want
good.
them to win. I
But
want
it
them to
doesn't mean
keep
you have
winning.
to. Well, you're such a front runner. All right. So what did you think of the Super Bowl?
I got some questions.
What do you mean? Yeah,
Why-
like what kind of questions?
Yeah, well, I have some questions I need answered, and I think you might be able to help me with this.
Okay.
Okay. So, question number 1: why is C.J. Anderson so fat?
I don't know.
Because he wasn't always fat.
That's true.
He was actually. Oh, I like it. Okay. Are we doing this? Why?
You
is
got questions?
I do. Why is he so fat? Like,
I don't know why.
There was a point in his career where he was in shape in Denver, like really, he's an athlete. Like now he just, bro, he's fat, like legit out of shape.
Yeah, he's fat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works for him. Got to play in Super Bowl.
So I'd like to know the answer.
Probably
to
eats
that.
a lot. Eats a lot. What other questions you got?
Why did Sean McVay get pimp slapped by a 63-year-old man? 66. Why did Sean McVay get pimp slapped by a 66-year-old man for 3 hours?
Oldest coach to win a Super Bowl ever. Now, Bill Belichick there at 66 years old.
I did hear a story yesterday. This is Bill's a genius.
I heard a story yesterday, too.
He sent He sent McVay a text message in like week 3.
Yeah.
Complimenting him on his offensive creativeness.
Creativity?
Same thing.
Not really.
Close.
Yeah, it's close. It is close. You're right.
And I think this is a Jedi mind trick in order to get in his head, and that's why he won. Yeah.
Okay. What other questions you got?
Why didn't Julian Edelman clean up his beard for the Super Bowl?
Would you have cleaned up your beard for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean, what about like your former teammate Brian Wilson, who had a hideous, gigantic beard for the World Series? It's just what he wore. Not worried about that.
It was
The
gross.
bigger question is, why do you have the big, hideous beard?
It pushes up in his chin strap, and
There's no way it works.
It's gross. It's got to be itchy and uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, what other questions you got?
Why didn't Andre 3000 perform with
Now
Big Boy
that's a great
at the
question.
halftime?
Okay, so they butt heads.
Do they?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So they haven't performed together in a long time, but it's Atlanta. I don't get why Maroon 5 was out. I mean, I know why, right? They're palatable. The lead singer guy is on The Voice, and so it appeals to a lot of different generations and genres. But if you're gonna bring out Big Boy
in the old school throwback with Dayton's on it, like,
and sing an Outkast song,
and even say Outkast,
yes, and yes, like, yeah, how do you do without Andre 3000?
When he said Outkast, I thought for sure Andre 3000 was going to pop out, and the place was going to go.
It would have gone nuts.
It would have gone nuts. It wouldn't have been the worst halftime show of all time.
Super disappointing.
Speaking of Maroon 5, why doesn't Adam Levine have any rhythm? Like, how has he gotten this far in his musical career without being able to dance? Did you see him trying to dance when Big Boy was rapping? It was
really,
bad.
no.
It was bad.
I was sitting in here for the companion show, and mostly when Adam Levine started like shedding layers, I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
Yeah.
Because he took off his jacket. I'm like, oh, he's got a lot of tattoos, like tons of see that he's sleeved up, and then he took off his shirt. I'm like, why is his shirt off? Like, anyway. You got some good questions.
Why didn't Budweiser have the frogs in their ad this year?
That's good too. And I'm a Budweiser guy, like Bud heavy.
Why?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that?
They need to bring back the frogs.
What did they do?
They did an ad where they were talking about how they use wind energy at one of their farms.
That's stupid.
And so they brought back the Clydesdales and the Dalmatian on the thing, and it was all about wind energy and stuff. I agree. Like, bring back the frogs. The Bud Light, they did another thing with the Dilly Dilly guy, the King.
I saw that one. That was
the Bud
good.
Light Night. There was one that was a Game of Thrones spoof, which I didn't get. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
You know what I did like was when all the players were throwing the golden ball around.
The NFL 100 ad.
That
So on USA Today's ad meter, that scored the highest. The best part of that was when Tom Brady, he's got all of his rings on. He like puts them in Baker Mayfield's hands.
Hey, hold these.
Yeah, hold this for a minute. Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
I liked when Franco Harris got the ball.
That was great too. Yeah, it was really well done. Yeah. Alvin Kamara was in it. And I was like, oh, look, that's Alvin Kamara. And T-Bob's like, no, that's Todd Gurley. Like,
Shut up, T-Bob.
Yeah, seriously, shut up, T-Bob.
Somebody got crushed. I'm trying to remember who it was. Hold on. Did Mike Singletary crush somebody? I think he did.
I don't know. I don't remember. I need to go watch it again. Somebody got crushed into a table.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
WWE style. What other questions do you have?
Hold on.
Oh.
Who Marshawn Lynch started the whole thing with the cake falling.
Mhm.
That's how it started. I like that one. That was a good one.
That was very good, yeah.
Let's see here. Why do players on championship teams feel the need to announce that they're not going to the White House, Matt?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Like, why don't you just not go?
Just don't go, yeah.
Like-
That's cool. You don't want to go, don't go.
You don't want to go to the thing, don't go.
You didn't go.
No, I didn't go.
And it wasn't because you had any political agenda.
No. Just
You were going to watch LSU football and hunt.
hunt. I mean, things I want to do. I've been
Yeah.
married to baseball for the last 8 months. I want to go hunt.
I'd go to the White House.
Yeah,
I don't care who the president is. I think that's cool.
The beauty of playing baseball, though, is we play in Washington, D.C., and we go to the White House during the year. So it's like we meet the president. So it's like I was just there. This deer's not going to stick around forever.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
Run away.
Yeah, it's stuff to do.
It's what do you call it? The rut. The
Yeah.
gut?
Rut,
The rut.
not the
The
gut.
rut.
That's in your stomach.
The putt?
Mm-mm.
The slut.
No, that's not her either. It's the rut.
The rut.
I got one more. Why did the best running back in the world barely touch the ball?
Who are you talking about?
Todd Gurley.
Oh, him.
Yeah. Is he hurt? Got to be, right?
Hurt.
hurt.
His knee's terrible.
Like
They keep
terrible,
saying
like-
it's not, but he's terrible. He went from like the best to the worst.
He went to not even like getting touches.
Yeah.
Is he gonna have surgery?
In favor of a fat guy.
In favor of a fat dude.
That's for true. That's the thing that happened IRL. Thanks to everybody who's watching on Facebook. That's Theriot's Super Bowl Wise. By the way, I want to talk about Anthony Davis here in a second because there's a development there. We're going to get to Kick Rocks, Ask Us, so your questions about anything. For those that love the Riot Radio Hours that we do on Fridays, that's this whole concept. It's just taking the Riot Radio Hour and putting it on Tuesday. For everybody who doesn't want to wait until Friday, well, here you go. You have more of this on Tuesday. So if you'd hit the share on Facebook, that's tremendously helpful. Tell people about Prime Occupational Medicine.
You can check them out at primeoccmed.com or give them a call at 225-749-5750. Safety is one of the pillars for Prime Occupational Med. Employees benefit from education and training on ergonomics, fitness, illness prevention. Accessible and approachable medical providers assist your company's safety professionals with regulatory compliance, record keeping, management, and risk assessment. Safety is the main thing over there at Prime Occupational Med. If you're a business owner, your employees need to stay safe at all times. Preventative planning is one way you can do that. Check them out at Prime OCC Med to learn more.
PrimeOCCMed.com. They're all over the Southeast, not just in Baton Rouge. They're right there on Airline Highway in Baton Rouge near Highland, but they're all over the Southeast. If you're a business owner, shout out our guys at Prime Occupational Medicine. So, Anthony, did you see the report from Yahoo? Yahoo has reported that Anthony Davis wanted to return from the finger injury yesterday against the Pacers, but Pelicans management held him out. If you were the Pelicans, would you play him the rest of the year? And I'm asking you from the perspective of a guy who played professional sports. And you understand the risk, obviously. Like, if you like he wants out, you're going to trade him. If he plays and suffers an injury, then he dramatically decreases his value and you lose a ton of leverage.
Yes, I mean, I've got a couple things on this. He's signed for the rest of this year and the following year, correct? Okay. I don't understand the rush right now to trade him.
I agree.
You know, like,
well,
so the deadline is Thursday, right?
Yes, but if you're the Lakers, you want to get something done before the deadline because LeBron ain't getting any younger. And if you don't get him before the deadline, there's nothing more you can offer this summer that you can't offer right now. So if it gets more competitive, there's going to be a better offer on the table this summer, and you're not going to get him, which means then you don't have AD for next year either.
Right.
So you got another year and a half before you can even pair AD and LeBron. At that point, at what point does LeBron start to taper, right? And so if you're the Lakers, you want to speed this along. But if you're the Pelicans, there's literally no need to. There's no reason to rush. Like, wait until everybody makes their offer.
I mean, look, at some point, I think their backs are going to be against the wall, but that's not now. I mean, that point is next year at this time. I mean, right? You've got the rest of the season, you got the following season up until the trade deadline to get something done. And at that point, after next year, he hits free agency and you get nothing in return. So, what I don't understand is why the urgency on the Pelicans side. You're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to be competitive this year, but you don't need to rush into this thing, man. I play him.
No way. You tank. You tank.
Just try to lose every game.
Yes, you absolutely tank.
Yeah.
You go in the pooper. You tank. You do not play him again. You tank. You try to win the lottery at this point. Get as many ping pong balls as you can. See if you can win the lottery and get Zion and trade AD. Like, it's all about assets now. Anthony Davis. It's like whenever Harvey Updike threw that spike 80, 40, whatever on the trees at Auburn. It's like they weren't dead the second he threw that stuff on there. You know what I mean? But they were going to die. And it's like Anthony Davis, it's like he's not done yet. He's still under contract for another year and a half, but it's over. Like, he's gone.
He's gone.
So start planning for the future. Acquire assets, as many as you can. Tank, right? You're not doing anything this year anyway.
You're not.
So tank and set yourself up for the future. Absolutely. You don't play Anthony. He doesn't sniff the floor again. I'd tell him don't even come to the arena. Like, just sit at home. I don't want you here.
So he's come out publicly and said, obviously, well, not publicly because you can't do that. It's tampering. But I think it's pretty obvious that he wants to go to L.A. and play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And national media is making a big deal about that, and we actually even talked about it last week. What I don't like, though, in this whole situation and scenario, and there's always other players that are going to be there, but when you talk about trading arguably one of the best players in the league to another team in the West, I think it's always a big mistake. So one point that I would like to make is in Boston is they've come out publicly, and we're going to talk about that later. I'm going to talk about that later with Boston's situation. But I think you make sure that it's a team that's not in the West, if at all possible. It's not a all-out deal breaker, depending on what you get back. But, man, you don't want to have to see that guy in the playoffs in the near future. You know what he's capable of, and obviously he's a great player. And, again, I'm not sure who has what and what they can offer.
He's capable of not getting past the conference semifinals?
I don't think
is that what he's capable of?
I don't think he's a number one. I don't think he's a leader. I think he's Robin. I don't think he's Batman. I think you put him on a team with LeBron or with James Harden or
what's up with these guys, man? What's up with Kevin Durant? What's up with Anthony Davis? Like,
well, they're the same. They're the same guy.
It's getting to the point where I'm like, seriously, like, don't you want to go own your destiny? Like, don't you want to build something special? You want to piggyback somebody else's title run?
Yeah,
no, man.
Russell Westbrook does.
I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like guys like that. There's got to be some pride involved. And to your point, but like we're not privy to all the information and things that are going on behind the scenes in New Orleans. And I mean, it's very possible that at some point AD's like, dude, these guys aren't going to. They're not going to put the right pieces around me to win. It's not going to happen.
Then you wait until free agency.
Either that or I mean.
Just the whole culture of the NBA, these guys are demanding trades. It's you know what? And kick rocks.
Yeah.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Kick rocks.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
The little volume thing chimes every time I hit it.
To your last point you made, the fact that Dell Demps still has a job through all this can kick rocks.
I'm with that.
I don't understand how he's even allowed to field calls from any of these other teams or GMs inquiring about Anthony Davis. New Orleans already screwed this up once. They had a once-in-a-lifetime player.
They've actually screwed it up twice. They screwed it up with Chris Paul, too.
I think AD's better than Chris Paul.
Okay.
They had a once-in-a-lifetime player. You failed to surround him with the pieces to compete. That's obvious. And it's not just Dell Demps. I think this falls on the head coach as well because I'm sure he has power to make a lot of these decisions and calls. The fact that you're letting him negotiate this deal is an absolute joke. He should be gone. He shouldn't be fielding calls. Get the next guy. Let him come in and work this trade. Let him figure out the team that he wants. And if Dell Demps is the GM, not that I watch a lot of Pelicans games to begin with, because I don't, because I think it's a joke to begin with. But if he is the guy moving forward, I won't watch any of them. What'll end up happening is he's going to get good players. He's going to end up trading away just like he has been, and the team is going to be brutal, just like they are now.
He had a shot. I mean, Dell Demps had a shot. His whole approach was trade draft picks for young veterans. Don't build for the future, build for the now to surround AD with a winner. And every deal he made bombed. He gave money to Omer Asik. He gave money to Alexia Jinsa. He traded for Boogie. Like, every deal he did blew up. He sucks. Like, you had your shot. You gave it a good college try. They were plenty patient with Dell Demps. It's over. It's over. I mean,
why is he still the general manager?
Well, are you going to fire the GM right now?
Why not? You just said we're going
to
tank.
No, for sure. I would say that if I were Mrs. Benson, I'd go into Dell's office and I would, cut the other end of the phone cord. And so when he, let him believe he's actually taking calls, but there's nobody on the other end.
Yeah.
And then sooner or later, whenever the time's right, you fire him and get him out of there. Because there's no way he makes this deal.
She's so good, isn't she? I'm a fan.
Not if she lets this fool make this deal.
She's not. She's got it.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
You just said, how's he still employed?
Yeah, she's got
How's
it.
he still able to field phone calls?
She's probably done that already.
She needs to kick rocks. Mrs. Benson,
stop
kick
it right
rocks
now.
again.
You shut your mouth.
This is the 2nd week in a row telling Mrs. B to kick rocks.
Can't believe you.
Great lady.
She's the best.
Love her to death. She's the best.
Sneaky hot.
Except the fact that she needs to fire Dell Demps and hasn't yet. So she can kick rocks for that.
You know what? Let me go back. She's probably got it figured out. Let's take that one off the record. I'm sure.
Let's man up, Mrs. B.
I'm sure Miss B's got it under control. This guy likes to frequent the kick rocks. So, LeVar Ball can kick rocks. Anthony Davis Sr. can kick rocks.
Oh, okay, going in on the dads. Got it.
I am. Shut the hell up.
Ooh.
They're grown men. Your kids.
Yeah.
They are grown men. They are professionals.
I mean, Lonzo's 20.
They own their own
19.
business. Randy Theriot would have never said anything about that. It's my decision, my choice. And if he had a feeling or a thought on it, he'd keep it to himself. He might talk to me about it, but he's not going to go publicly talk about whatever the situation is. He's not going to seek out reporters. He's not going to put himself out there to make himself the center of attention. Anthony Davis Sr., shut up. Let your son make this decision for himself. Don't try to take all this and put it on your. Same thing with LeVar Ball. You're trying to be LeVar Ball.
Did you mean let LeBron make the decision for him?
That's basically what's happening. Yeah. These guys, he needs to shut his mouth. It makes the player, it makes the kid look stupid. And if I'm Anthony Davis or if I'm Lonzo Ball, it's a real quick conversation. Hey, Pop, I got it. Relax. I got this one. Both of those guys can kick rocks.
Is it my turn? Do I get to do a kick rocks?
I'd love for you to, but the last couple weeks you said you didn't have any, so I was just assuming you didn't have any.
No, I got one.
Okay.
Vehicles in my neighborhood that are rude when turning out of the neighborhood can kick rocks. Can I explain?
Please do.
All right. So at the entrance to our neighborhood, we're off of a busy street. And the entrance is very wide. So if you're leaving the neighborhood, there's space for 2 cars. Whether you're turning left or you're turning right, there's space for 2 cars. Well, this never fails. And it's very hard to see on the street that you're this busy thoroughfare that you're emptying out onto. Let's say I'm turning right. So I come up to the street, up the stop sign, and I come to the right side. Okay. Well, now I'm looking left and looking right, waiting for the traffic to clear.
Right.
It never fails that some mom in a really expensive SUV pulls up and pulls in front of, to my left, but in front of me.
So you can't see.
Because she can't see past me, so she's got to go past me to see. But now I can't see, and I was there first.
Yeah.
Every time this happens, I honk at them and I give them a death stare. You are the stupidest human alive right now in this moment. They got to know. And sometimes, and I think it's catching on because some people are starting to stay back a little bit.
I think you need to keep doing that.
I will.
Yeah.
I absolutely will.
That's very selfish on their part.
Don't be rude.
Are you sure they're moms?
Be self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a hurry?
Yeah. Be self-aware.
To go work out, like in a hurry to go get their nails done?
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, let's not be rude. Let's have a little situational awareness that what you just did was you pulled up. Now, I can't see, and I was here first. So stay your ass back until I turn, and then it's your turn. Stop blocking my view. I'm going to do this again on Friday.
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
Because this is our podcast audience, and I want our radio audience to hear it on Friday as well.
Everybody needs to hear this. Or better than that.
I might.
What's the solution? What do they do?
Maybe I put up a sign, like right there at the exit of the neighborhood, to be like, hey, idiot, stay back if you weren't here first.
Stay back if you weren't here first.
Yeah.
So they should wait till you turn? Is that?
Yes.
That's the solution?
Wait until I turn, and then you go.
What if they're in a hurry?
Or you can stay behind me, and because you can see behind my car.
Your car's not big. It's not tall.
It doesn't matter.
So they could see over your car if they wanted to, right?
But I can't see past them.
Right.
So stay behind me so I can still see, right? This isn't complicated. And then they could still see either way. And so if I'm turning right, they're going left, and a left turn is open, but a right isn't, well, then God bless. Go.
Go ahead and go.
Go on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're not asking them to wait till you go. Just wait. Just allow
Don't
you to
block
see.
me.
You
Yes.
need to see. Wow. That stinks, man.
It pisses me off. Every time it happens, it pisses me off. And I got road rage, man. Like I got such a bad temper. And there's and I do a really good job of controlling it in life. Like as a kid, it was really bad.
It doesn't sound like
listen.
Control it right
as
now.
a kid, it was really, really bad. Ask my mom. I've gotten much better just but there's things in life that trigger me.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. People in traffic trigger me. Like rude ass people in traffic trigger me. Like,
do you honk your horn a lot?
Yeah.
Really?
When I'm on the interstate and I'm in the left lane and cruising, and some a-hole decides they're gonna like clumsily get over and get in front of me, and I gotta slam on my brakes now, and they're gonna not even attempt to pass. It's like, be aware of the world going on around you. Like every day there's a death trap that I get into here when I get on I-10 at Government Street. It's like the worst part of my day because it's the shortest part of I-10 in the country.
Yeah.
And you got about 100 feet to merge left, and there's always a-holes coming up in the right lane that it's like, hey, you need to get over or speed up because you're going to run me into this guardrail and off of this bridge, this elevated bridge.
What if they don't know any better, though? If they've never been on the street before?
Have you ever driven anywhere?
I'm just saying, if they haven't been in that...
If you've driven a vehicle, you can see coming around that bend, like, okay, this guy's merging.
But you got to admit, that one's tough. Like, if you're a first-timer right there... Not if you're a first-timer. You would think that lane might keep going.
You can see it ends. Like, it's from here to there. Yeah. Get over.
See, I'm the guy with the big truck that kind of probably does that sometimes. Like, blocks your view. And I apologize.
You're an a-hole.
So, I don't do it all the time.
Do better.
But I do it sometimes.
You're an a-hole. Do better.
But I'm just in a hurry.
You, on behalf of every a-hole like you, kick rocks. What else?
People claiming that Julian Edelman should not have been allowed to play in the Super Bowl because of his positive PED test earlier in the year. Okay, here's the facts. In the NFL, if you test positive
Stephen
for
Miller
PEDs,
said, preach on, bro, about jackasses in the left lane. Amen.
Yeah.
Paul Batt said, I stand with you, Scone. That Government Street on-ramp can kick rocks. Amen. It's about time. It's about time we all spoke up.
You ready now?
Keith Scalco. God, I couldn't agree more with you, Matt. Another one. The I-10 West on-ramp to get on the Mississippi River Bridge is a death trap as well. What's wrong with this city? The city and its stupid infrastructure and kick rocks. Stupid infrastructure and stupid people don't mix. That's what we have in Baton Rouge. Stupid infrastructure and stupid drivers. That's what we got. What?
What else you got?
Pete Giardino said, way to step on Theriot. I ain't worried about stepping on Theriot.
Yeah, come on, Pete. He does it every time.
Get over it, Pete.
Yep.
Grow up.
Just keep reading them. Read them all. Let's do it. We can do the whole show like that.
Ben Hamilton, I hate 60-mile-per-hour drivers in the left lane. Me too.
I agree with that.
You know what else I hate?
What's that?
How about this?
Okay.
I'm driving in the left lane, and there's an 18-wheeler. This happens every time we go to Houston. Got to go to Houston all the time for Drew to see his doctors. There's an 18-wheeler in the right lane. He's behind another 18-wheeler. And he's going 60, and the 18-wheeler in front of him is going 58 because that's all they can do, right? And I'm cruising, following traffic, 78, 80, whatever it is. And now he's going to get over, and it's going to take him 10 minutes to pass that car because it's not like he can floor it, right? To pass that 18-wheel in front of him, he's got to slowly get over and then just very slowly it's like 10 minutes before he can pass. And then by that time, you got this line of 30 cars that were all going the flow of traffic at 75 miles an hour that are all now going 55 behind you, you idiot. And that's how traffic has gotten slow. I know we got big rig drivers listening and watching, and they're not going to be happy with me with this, but I don't care. You ruin traffic with that. I know we need drivers. I'm not being disrespectful to drivers, but you should park your ass in the right lane and never be able to go in the left lane ever. Ever. No rig should ever go in the left lane ever. Ever. I'm done.
What else?
Done. This guy said this has turned into a venting session. What do you think Kick Rocks is? It's the whole point. JP said, I avoid Baton Rouge always when going to Lafayette. Highway 90, baby. I don't blame you. Ben Hamilton says, I feel like Condon should be in on this. I don't need Condon. He got his own show.
Look at Gronkowski. Why is he so awesome?
Is that today?
I think this is a list of all the parades. He is shirt off, shotgunning beers at all times during the parades. He's the best.
Okay. What?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Traffic? You good? Okay. All right.
What else you have?
I'm good. Good there.
Tell me something good about LSU baseball. Oh, actually, first, tell me about Prime Occupational Medicine.
All right. Let me pull this up here. So...
Don't just read copy points. Just tell me about it. Tell me who's over there. Tell me what I'm going to see.
No, this is not copy points. So we were talking about safety earlier, and safety's big.
Yeah.
People don't know. Prime Occupational Med, that's what they do. If you're a business owner, you want to make sure your employees are safe. You want to make sure they're healthy. You want to make sure they're happy. If they're safe, healthy, and happy, Matt, they're productive.
Yeah.
The good people at Prime make sure that that happens.
Good.
Injury management, remote telemed, which is huge.
What does that mean?
It means if you get hurt, you can fire up the computer and you can talk to a doctor on the computer.
That's cool.
Telemed. Yeah, pretty
that's
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So you don't have to go in. You can diagnose injuries and do all kinds of stuff. They do that. 24/7 medical response, right? On-site location nursing and medical staffing. They do it all at Prime Med for the business.
So, like, when I was doing the companion show on Sunday and T-Bob brought in a sword, and I was trying to scoot past him, and I didn't know the sword was right there, and it fell into me.
You got shanked.
I was very close. The sharp end hit me in the tuchus.
So Gordy, he should have been.
So
he should have talked to Prime. They could have been there.
Had that gone badly, Prime could have helped.
Yeah, if they had one of the little mini ambulances parked outside, they could have picked you up and taken care of it. Right? That's what they do at Prime.
Got it.
Anything you need, they got it over there. Call my man Sean Connor. He can hook you up. Doug Thompson, if he's not calling the baseball games, you can find him over there at Prime.
Is Duggar doing the baseball games again this year?
I sure hope so. He did a good job. I don't know.
I hadn't heard. I hadn't talked to Duggar. So we're a week from Friday, start of the baseball season.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of which, LSU baseball, give me something good.
They're really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got through this. I guess you got a 3-week period from the holidays to when the season starts. It's very boring. What you don't want to happen in that 3-week period is injuries pop up, guys that you're really counting on. Not the dudes that we knew were hurt, Labus, guys like that. But it seems like they're going to get through this 3-week period of inter-squad and scrimmages and training healthy and go into the season healthy. So some of the question marks would be first base. There's some injuries in the catching position starting to work itself out with some guys competing to get some reps back there behind the plate. And from all I can gather, it's been very productive last couple weeks. Pitchers are ready to go. Pitchers are a little bit in front of the hitters right now, which is as to be expected. You've probably got about a month and a half where you're going to see it be a defense/pitching game, and then as the weather heats up, the hitters will start to heat up as well. That wasn't good?
You just spoke for about 2 minutes and didn't say a damn thing.
Yeah. Well, I got some good stuff.
I didn't hear anything in there. That was all.
You weren't listening. You were reading the huddle
No.
about the traffic stuff.
Nope. These are Ask Us questions. But I was listening. You didn't mention a single player. Who's doing good? Who's not?
These 3 weeks suck. Like, it doesn't really matter who's doing good. Like, what matters right now is not who's impressive and who's not. The lineup's set. The team's ready to go. Like, right now, it's just stay healthy. And from a player standpoint, you want to get through this. I mean, it's always nice to get hits and play well, but you just want to get through these 3 weeks and get to the first game of the season, right? So, I mean, there's no position battles going on.
First base?
Below so.
So how does that do you think he'll ultimately win that job?
I do, and everybody that I've spoken to out there kind of feels the same way. I mean, the kid had a great fall. He doesn't play like he's a freshman, and he's a walk-on kid that signed late, but really opened some eyes and understands his swing and approaches the game, like a veteran. And there are some guys there that are competing. Was it Willis that are competing for some reps? And I think he'll
Bianco. Dugas. I mean,
yeah, and I don't.
Maneri said he's gonna rotate a lot of guys at first. All those freshmen he's gonna rotate over there.
And he's not rotating them to play first. He's rotating them to get their bat in the lineup, right?
So do you think that he gets to a point where he might, like, someone wins? Someone asked me this question earlier today. It was interesting. I hadn't thought about it. Do you think somebody ultimately wins that job, or do you think that they platoon at first? Like, Maneri's done that in the past. Where he's gone lefty, righty, platoon at first. Why do you hate that?
I think it's unfair to the player. I mean, it's hard to get in a rhythm when you don't know if you're going to be playing or not. When you show up to the park and you're not sure what your role is going to be. I mean, you want to know. I mean, you want to have your starting 9 set, and if player A gets a day off, he's told the day before, his backup can prepare mentally for the game. I mean, the platoon situation is never ideal, and I would have to guess that it's not what Paul and the guys want. But maybe they just didn't see what they needed to see in the fall. There's no doubt that Bianca and Dugas, from an offensive standpoint, should 1,000% be in the lineup. I mean, these kids can really swing the bat.
Okay.
The problem is speed of the game defensively. They were playing in high school last year, and is one thing I know about when you're jumping up levels is the game gets faster. The pitchers throw the ball harder, the hitters hit it harder, and the players run faster. So it takes a little time, for some of these guys to adjust the speed of the game. So he's going to do his best, I guess, to get those guys bats in the lineup. I'm sure you'll see one of those guys DHing as well. They even played with Bianca behind the plate a little bit in the fall. I don't expect to see that.
Maneri said at Media Day that he thinks Bianco, if he plays pro ball, will be a catcher. So he's built like a catcher. And said really that's probably his best position. But his brother, they played ball together, and his brother was a catcher, and he didn't want to compete with his brother, so he played infield.
Yeah,
that's why he's played infield, which I didn't know. That's an interesting story. But thinks that at the next level he might catch. So I maybe wouldn't be surprised. I mean, as thin as they are there right now, you need a body. I mean, I'm not saying you run them out there in a game, but
we haven't mentioned. Braden Doty caught some last year.
Yeah,
he's a kid from Denham Springs and did a really nice job behind the plate, defensively, catch throw guy. He's gotten better with the bat. So I mean, it's not like they don't have anybody because of the injury to Garza that can go back there and catch. I mean, there's still 2 guys there that have caught SEC games. The only concern and worry about Bianca is now you're.
Why do you keep saying Bianco?
That's what his name is, right?
Bianco?
I like Bianco.
Or Bianco?
Bianco is what I call him.
You call him Bianco?
Yeah.
Like a girl, like Bianca.
Okay.
Like a girl's name.
Bianco?
Bianco?
Or what?
Bianco or Bianco?
Bianco? Oh, no, I don't like Bianco.
Bianco.
That's what it is?
Mike Bianco.
Okay.
Why don't you ask him? You're friends with him. I saw him at Traction last year. Whenever LSU, remember on the Thursday, they played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and LSU scored like 16 runs on them, maybe even more than that. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then the next day we saw him at Traction.
Yeah.
You were talking to him.
Talking him off the ledge.
Yeah. I was upstairs doing the elliptical.
Yeah, you don't work out anymore.
Yeah, I do.
Bianca The only concern I would have about Bianca is
Bianco.
So the only concern I have about Bianca is the fact that he hasn't caught this type of pitching staff. These are like legit arms. Dude's throwing mid-90s. This isn't the 82-mile-an-hour high school kid. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Is that better?
Yeah, sort of. Tomorrow's National Signing Day.
Mm-hmm.
Excited about that?
Yeah, man. I think we got some guys, dude. We're gonna flip a kid from Bama. Fired up about that. Ish, what is it? Softshire. Softshire.
Softshire.
I think we got him too.
Nope.
I think we're gonna get the big tight end. What's his name?
The one out of Ruston? Ray Parker?
No.
Oh.
There's another one.
Yeah, the big national guy, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get that guy. So that's gonna be good. I think we're gonna finish the number 3 class in the country. I think tomorrow's gonna be a big day. We desperately need defensive line depth. I was reading something the other day. Alabama's only got 60 linemen committed. We only have 2 or 3. So I think we'll pick up those guys, and I feel better about it.
I don't think they're going to get Softshire, dude.
Do you think they maybe hold back a couple scholarships like they did last year?
It depends who wants to sign.
Worked out for us last year.
Yeah, but if you have enough guys that you want that commit and want to sign with you tomorrow, cool. I mean, you're at 19. Maurice Hampton's going to sign.
Yes.
You got the JUCO defensive end this past weekend, Sony Fanua, who, by the way, is coming on AFR today. That puts you at 21.
Is he really coming on? What
Yeah.
time?
Probably 4 o'clock hour.
I'm going to listen.
He's in school, so when he gets out of school. So, that puts you at 21 with those two guys.
How many you get?
25. So it's 4 spots. You're keeping an eye open, obviously, on Ish, the other
Williams.
defensive lineman, Christian Williams.
You think we get Williams?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a win right there?
Mm-hmm.
Like a take that Bama win? Not really. Dang. We need one of those.
Softshire would be that.
Would it?
Mm-hmm. But I don't think Softshire's everything I hear about that kid, like, I hate to say it like this because it sounds so negative, like you're dumping on a kid. And I don't. It just when he's come with so much hype for so long, and he had he's now 4, so was a 5-star. He's lost that 5th star. I've just had too many coaches and too many people that run the elite camps and like all kind of independent of each other say the same thing. Like, I mean, ain't that good? Like that's he's a really big kid that dominated smaller kids, but at the elite camps and when you look at what you're looking for from scouting standpoint, it's not all there. It's not to say it can't and he won't develop. I don't think he's like the day one impact guy that everyone's kind of hoping. Like when Rashawn Gary signed with Michigan, everyone's like, oh, get him. Or Marvin Wilson when he was out at signed with Florida State, everyone's like, oh man, that's a day one guy. I don't think that's Softshire, man.
Well, then we don't want him. You can have him, Bama.
I'm not saying you don't want him. He's still a highly rated prospect from your state.
Okay, never mind. We want him.
You want him.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if it's not devastating if you don't get him, especially if you get one of those kids out of Mississippi who some people like better.
Like who?
One of the other 2 Mississippi kids that they're in on. They'll get one of them at least. All right, here we go. Let's do Ask Us. If you're new to the podcast, we wrap up. You can ask us anything about anything. Some people like Matthew Shelley said, did you say sneaky hot about Gail Benson?
She is. Yes. I think she's sneaky hot.
Paul says, I'll fight Scone. Don't be talking about Mrs. B like that. She's grandma hot.
Seriously, she's good skin. Like, she dresses really good. She's pretty eyes. You kind of get lost in them. Her hair's perfect. Yeah. She's a billionaire, too.
Helps.
Yep.
And she also hasn't fired Del Demps yet. So she can kick rocks.
She's working on it.
Ask Ryan thoughts on the American Football Alliance Memphis Express is assigned to LSU.
I don't even know what that is. I don't care about that.
Let's see. Ask Ryan, better achievement for Brady. Winning 6 Super Bowls or marrying up to a supermodel that makes more than the GOAT?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I would say, and they're still married, too. Like, it wasn't like it was just kind of like a
fling
thing.
Like the celebrity thing that happens and a year later.
Yeah.
They had kids together.
Yeah, it's like a real...
Well, he comes from a real normal family. His parents are married.
Yeah.
And, seem to love each other, and they're there like they were there yesterday on the field after the game. And
I think the Giselle thing, man. I really do.
Is it a longer shot winning a Super Bowl than marrying a supermodel?
Like, of Giselle's status? No. I don't think.
Ask us who's the first out of the pen after Hess pitches his 2 or 3 innings next Friday. 2 or 3 innings.
I know. I hate that.
He's not going to pitch his 2 or 3 innings. Come on.
He'll be on a pitch count.
They'll throw 80 pitches.
Yeah, he'll be on
70 or 80 pitches.
He'll be on a pitch count for sure, as he should be.
Get him into the 5th inning. I think you're good. You get him through 5, maybe.
You can get him through 5. That's good. No pitcher wants to throw less than 5.
So who's next?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to see Mikael Hilliard get some early innings, man. I respect what he did last year. I thought when LSU really needed some innings, he came in there and he really threw the ball well, and he's got lost in the shuffle. So I'm hoping the season brings out the best in him, and I hope he gets some innings.
There's the NFL commercial right there with Marshawn getting the cake. Uh-oh.
All right, let's watch this now.
Marshawn got the cake.
I just want to see who got crushed.
Mike Singletary.
Oh, my gosh.
That Ndamukong Suh. We can see the whole thing. Yeah, show the whole thing. Let's see. It is interesting, too, that they have guys that have been, like, suspended in the league and blackballed, and they're in the NFL commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how much they got paid. Joe Montana. He was throwing for Jerry Rice.
Deion picked it off.
Deion picked it off.
Oh, Ed Reed. That's who crushed him.
Oh, Ed Reed.
It was Ed Reed.
Crushed the. Oh, there's Brady with the rings. Baker.
Yeah, old D's player.
Old D's. Terry Bradshaw. Franco on the tip. That's really good. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's really good. Odell, one-handed catch into the table. Saquon hurdles a guy. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ask Ryan, who gets the first bomb for LSU in which game?
Let's see here.
That's tough to predict, man.
That's
like
hard to
almost
predict.
anybody on this team could hit it. Would go yard.
I'm going to go off the rails and say Brant Broussard hits one game 2.
Say Josh Smith game 1.
I hope Josh Smith hits one game 1. Boy, if he gets going like we know he can, this is going to be a scary team.
Remember when he was injured and like he missed 6 weeks and then came back, and his first game back he went yard? This kind of feels like it could set up like that.
Good.
Ask Ryan, grade the pitching going into the season.
I don't think you can't give it anything lower than an A. I mean, these guys are on paper they're really, really good, and a lot of that can change. Throwing strikes, staying healthy, but I mean, you can't recruit or set up a better pitching staff than we have going in.
Ask us who's got the most devastating strikeout pitch. It's got to be Hessa slider.
Gotta be Hessa slider. Yeah,
If it's right, you know. Ask Ryan, can you finish your kick rocks about Edelman?
No. I lost my train of thought. I'm over that.
Ask us, American Football Alliance inaugural season, how will it shape out? Why is this guy so obsessed with the American?
Who cares?
Paul Batts. Paul, why do you care about the...
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Is his helmet the American Football Alliance helmet? Who cares?
What is he, an investor? Is he an owner?
Maybe so.
Does he play?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure I could care less.
We're not talking about that. Nobody cares about that, Paul, except for you.
Ask Ryan. Oh, wait. The music bed's dying. Ask Ryan. There you go. Got it back. Ask Ryan if he follows Louisiana high school sports. If so, what are his thoughts on football and baseball coaching changes that just happened at Rummel?
I saw that. So Frank's back at Rummel baseball. I think that's really good. Legendary high school baseball coach. Coached a ton of good players. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know who the new football guy is, though.
Ask Ryan who fills the DH role once Garza goes back behind the plate.
I think it'll be one of the freshmen, and they'll probably alternate.
Ask Ryan, do you like the Parkview coaching hire?
I do. I think it's great. You bring a hometown boy back, somebody that was able to obviously have a ton of success here, but then go on, be a Heisman finalist, I think he was, and great quarterback. Or finished third maybe in Heisman, fourth, something like that. No? I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Anyway.
Stephon LaFours played at Christian Life, then Louisville. I don't think he was a Heisman finalist. He's a good player, though. Ask Ryan, are you saying the new guys won't bump Broussard out the lineup?
I mean, it could happen later on, but I doubt it. I mean, Brant just brings so much to the table: base running, HWA, leadership. I mean, he's a kid that you want to have on the field, knows how to win the game. I don't know. I doubt it.
Ask Ryan if he knows what's going on at the Broadmoor baseball field. I hear they're playing home games at Breck this year.
Yeah, man. So there's a drainage issue going on at the Broadmoor baseball field, big time, and we need to figure that out quick.
Ask us grade Mrs. Benson 1 to 10. No, I refuse.
I mean, like right now, presently, I'd say she's probably like a 6 and a half. 40 years ago, she's a hard 9.
She's a
no doubt.
71-year-old woman.
40 years ago, I'm going hard 9.
Ask us jambalaya or pastalaya.
Jambalaya.
Oh my God. Ask Ryan if Paul can kick rocks. That's the guy who keeps asking you about the game,
yeah, man,
the Memphis thing.
What is? I don't even know what that is. What is he talking about?
Oh, Alvino. Ask Ryan, is Dabo the Bama killer?
No.
Sure seems like it. Ask Ryan, do you feel this year's baseball team is better than teams in the past?
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here. Riot Podcast presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. Prime is tagged in this post on Facebook if you're watching it, so please, or can you tag them in the post, please? So Prime will be tagged. Please like Prime Occupational Medicine, their page. Thank you for watching. Share. If you have not done so yet, please share the podcast. That helps us tremendously. If you're listening to the podcast, please share it as well. Tell all your friends and everybody you know and your family and your mom and your aunt and them and all them people that we do the Riot Podcast on Tuesdays at noon on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page, or you can listen to it or watch it back later on the Watch app. So we appreciate you for being here.
So good.
6.5, huh?
Right now, she's 6 and a half.
See you next week.